Hello, my name's Chris Ewing with Your Life's Path. I'm a certified everything DiSC practitioner, and Your Life's Path is a Wiley Platinum authorized partner. We help companies and organizations use the DiSC to build stronger teams and more effective cultures. And we have been doing that for well over 10 years. In this session today called Facilitating Small Group Discussions with DiSC, we're going to go over some recommendations and best practices for using DiSC with small teams. This session is geared for team leaders, managers, HR professionals, consultants, trainers, and others who are interested in using the DiSC profile for increased effectiveness with their teams. All right, so let's take a closer look. One of the questions that we most often hear is, I want to use DiSC with my team, how should I do it? And so generally we recommend starting with genuine everything DiSC products, which are available at yourlifespath.com. And we also ask the question, the starting point question, what are your learning objectives for your team? What are you trying to accomplish? And generally what we hear are, well, we want to build better people skills and do some general team building with the team. We want the team to communicate better, work better. We want reduced conflict, increased communication effectiveness, etc. When we hear those types of objectives, which are most common and very, very easily and effectively addressed with the DiSC profile, we make these recommendations. We recommend the workplace profile, one for each team member, and a facilitator report, one for the team. All right? And so the workplace profile is an excellent general purpose, broadly applicable version of the DiSC. It helps people learn the concepts of DiSC. It helps them understand their own DiSC style, how their style reacts to other styles in organizational settings, and strategies, tips, and methods for interacting with each of the four styles most effectively in organizational settings. It's an excellent all-around DiSC report and a great one to use with teams. We also recommend this Everything DiSC Facilitator report for teams as well. And this is a summary of the distribution of styles on the team. It shows the people by name. It shows dot placement. It shows percentage dynamics of group culture, DIS and C. It shows issues to consider questions for the facilitator. And there's a lot of other good content about the team as well. Excellent roll-up and discussion to the team leader about the team, and great conversation starters in this report as well. All right, the combination of these two reports are very effective for team development and momentum creation with DiSC. Both are available on our website at yourlifespath.com. All right, next, after everyone's taken their DiSC assessments and has their reports, we hear the question, now what? What should I do? All right, so these are our recommendations. All right, so generally, the taking of the assessments leads up to either a retreat or some sort of a team meeting with Everything DiSC. And we recommend that you convene the team meeting after each team member's completed their assessments and has looked at their report and is ready to discuss the results, share their perspectives, and set some goals for DiSC usage. It's important that you give each person gets a copy of their report in advance of the meeting. Don't hand them their report walking into the meeting because they won't have had a chance to look it over. Give it to them a day or two or more prior to the team meeting or the retreat, and then have them come ready to actually talk about what they learned about themselves in their report during the meeting. That's a much better use of meeting time. So if you're the team leader, consider asking each person to come to the meeting with a copy of the report and ready to discuss and share the following key points with the group. All right, so have them come ready to talk about their DiSC style. What is their DiSC style and the priorities of their style? Each person has 3 to 5 priorities near their dot placement in their report. Second, what 2 to 3 things did they learn about themselves in their report? Third, how can others best work with them? What are their recommendations to their coworkers for how people can best work with them and engage with them? What DiSC strategies do they want to put into practice for themselves? Keep in mind, the third section of the report is all about tips, methods, and strategies for how to best interact with others that they work with. So what strategies, tips, and methods do they pick out for themselves that they want to put into practice? What goals with DiSC are they setting for themselves for their interactions with their colleagues and customers? Have them take some ownership about, hey, I'm going to do these 3 things or 5 things to be more effective with my team members in my interactions with team members, colleagues, and also if customer-facing roles in my interactions with my customers. just to elevate my people skills to a whole new level. And what are their thoughts as a group for using DiSC in the team culture on a regular basis moving forward? So have them consider two dimensions. For themselves, first, what do they learn about themselves? What do they want to put into practice for themselves coming out of the meeting? And two, what do they recommend for the team, for the better of the team, the greater good? All right, so this is a great, and then go around the room and have everybody discuss these points. All right, and so you, the team leader, your role in this case here is to facilitate and coach. All right, and so the key points to cover and to keep in mind are: recap why you had the team take the DiSC assessment in the first place, put it back into context using the DiSC model, how the DiSC model aligns with your goals of the team working together more effectively moving forward, maybe some organizational goals, something more specific to your team or the organization in general, but set the table for the right context so that people get it. They understand, okay, I get where DiSC is fitting in and why we're doing DiSC, because it relates to this broader picture within this organization that I'm a part of. It helps them feel connected. It helps them feel connected to the organization and that this is an investment in them and the team to help them get there. All right. And then tell them you want to hear from everyone and go around the room and give each person a chance to share their thoughts about the points that you asked them to be prepared to discuss, the 6 that we just went through on the previous slide. Have them be ready to discuss those points. And I recommend that you start first. Consider giving them a copy of a team report that comes with a facilitator report. It's an excellent report that shows everybody on the team by name, by style, by dot placement, gives some context and reference so that each person has a basis for the DiSC styles on the team. It's a good thing and a nice transparent thing to share DiSC styles amongst team members. And it's a very healthy thing to do. All right, use the conversation starters and issues to consider questions in the facilitator report to guide constructive conversation and identify any issues that may be present with the team as it relates to the team's mission and work, and set goals to address those issues. All right, and then make sure you capture those goals. So document those somehow, either on a whiteboard, take a photo of it, or document the key outcomes some other way on a tablet, have someone be the scribe. You want to capture what comes out of this facilitated discussion, because this is sort of the essence of how the team feels about using DiSC and how they want to use it moving forward. So it's your job to capture all that, put it into context, and keep that alive moving forward. And then monitor and measure progress to those goals every 30 days or so. Each person's goals, maybe anything significant that stood out that somebody or maybe a few of your team members articulated, as well as what does the team as a whole, how does the team as a whole want to use DiSC moving forward? These are all good points to monitor and measure and see how you're doing. See if you can get some qualitative measurement. Maybe you can even get some quantitative measurement 30 days later in terms of the benefits that have been yielded by the DiSC reports and the discussion and the effort to apply those strategies moving forward. And then create some new momentum with the DiSC model, all right? And use that word with the team. We're looking to create some momentum with DiSC as it relates to helping each individual and help strengthen our culture as a group, all right? Also consider using the Catalyst platform option for increased DiSC usage by the team. If you're not already on Catalyst, you can ask us about it. It's a great next step. Catalyst is the latest and greatest way for teams to learn and develop with DiSC. They can see not only their own content on the platform that helps them, but they can also see their colleagues in real time and get real-time comparisons and tips for how to interact most effectively with people they work with. So the Catalyst platform is a great next step option to consider if you're not already using it. All right, and then lastly, let them have fun with it and don't make it too serious. When they have fun with it, it becomes part of the culture. It's a good thing. It's a good, healthy thing, and it helps to maintain that momentum that you're trying to establish with DiSC in the organization. All right? Okay, so a few key points there. Hopefully some of those are helpful to you and will be advantageous to how you roll out DiSC with your teams. All right? One last thing to remember, your return on investment, that is your ROI of your time and the team's time and effort and the company's money to learn about this material will continue to build over time through the mastery and sustained application of the DiSC concepts, strategies, tips, and methods found in the DiSC profile. All right, it's about repetition like anything else. And teach them that. let them know that the DiSC report and then the discussion, it's a starting point, but really the key is for them to select the points that they want to go and apply with repetition over time, and then that builds new skill, and that's development, and that's what we're after, and that's where the ROI is. So emphasize that. Longer term repetition is what builds the skill. That's what generates the maximum ROI on the DiSC investment. All right. And continuing the self-growth process will enable you and the team to significantly increase the overall effectiveness of your people skills, their people skills, and their general competencies and how they work together. And these are all good things. All right. Okay, thank you very much. That wraps up our session for today. I hope you enjoyed that and got a few key points that might be valuable to you. For any follow-up questions that you may have, contact us here at yourlifespath.com or info@yourlifespath. And if you like the session here today, click the like button and subscribe to our channel for additional DiSC content moving forward. All right. Thank you very much, everybody.